Hi, my name is Chris Lippe and I'm here with Dan Cain. We're very excited for our first episode of Cain and Lippe's Renovation World. We're going to be talking about the whole process of the renovation, breaking up ceramic tile, and all the things that you have to do to get prepared for that. What are some of the first things you need to do when you're getting prepared to break up ceramic tile and replace the tile, Dan?
So in this case, with changing this tile floor here, first steps we need to actually address is removing the existing vanity. These tiles that are on the floor right now are going underneath the vanity. So we just want to go ahead and detach that from the wall, detach the plumbing, get the vanity out of the way. Then after that, we can move to removing the toilet. We'll go ahead and stuff a rag in the hole, make sure no tile pieces are going to fall down into the drain. And we'll get the floor prepped and ready to go ahead and use a chisel to break up the existing tiles.
It's going to be a very exciting process.
And these are certainly things that any homeowner can do on their own instead of paying a contractor to come out and spending the extra money. Okay, and first what we're going to do is move on to this sink. We're going to remove the vanity, get the plumbing shut off so we can get that out of the way, and then we'll move on to the next step.
All right, let's go to it.
All right. With this sink here, we actually have two screws that are mounting it to the wall. So we need to first go ahead and get those screws removed. Supply lines are turned off, so you don't get water all over the bathroom. And these are the supply lines here. You just want to make sure they're turned all the way to the right. The vanity has now been removed. Just need to get this relocated, clean up this floor, and we can move on to the toilet. Okay, now that we have the vanity removed, Chris is going to go ahead and show you how to take the toilet out. And basically all he needs for tools is this right here.
All right, we've got a wrench and I'm ready to go. All right, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be replacing taking the toilet out, and the first thing that you need to do is shut off the supply line because you don't want any water to be leaking or running anywhere. So I'm going to show you that first step right now. Very important, goes all the way to the right because you don't want any water to be leaking all over the place when you take the toilet out. So the next thing we want to do is flush the toilet, make sure that the toilet drains properly so that we don't make any kind of a mess. And then the next thing we're going to do is unscrew the supply line and take the toilet out in preparation for taking the toilet out. The next thing that we're doing right now, if you're looking right now, is taking off the supply line in preparation to take the toilet out. And supply line is off. Oh, just comes right off. that over here, and you should be able to, I believe, if I'm correct, be able to move this toilet. And there you go, removing the toilet. No.
Okay, now that the sink and the toilet have been removed, we are going to move on to the removing of the tile floor. In our case here, we're going to be using an air tool hooked to a compressor. It's going to break the tiles up and remove them for us. I also have knee pads on my knees to keep my knees from getting hurt.
Very important, yeah, you don't want an injury, anything like that, yeah.
And then once all the tiles have been removed, we have a floor scraper to clean up anything else that's on there, so we have a nice flat surface to apply the new tile. And when you're using an air tool with a compressor, you always want to put a little bit of oil into the tool before connecting the hose. Keeps from any moisture from the compressor itself destroying your tool.
One of the most important things is you need to have safety goggles. Safety goggles are very important when you're breaking up tile. You don't want chipped tile to go all over the place. You can end up hurting yourself.
And now that we have all the tools that we need to remove the tile floor, we're going to go ahead and show you how to get that started. You want to kind of first get to a...
Thing is this dust mask. When you're breaking up the ceramic tile, you want to wear this because you don't want to be breathing in any of the dust from the ceramic tile you're breaking.
Now what coming across is it looks as though I can almost pull up most of these tiles in one shot. I'm not using the air tool. I'm going to go ahead and use a large pry bar basically to get underneath and see if we can get this off a little faster.
Scraper will just be able to pull the tile right up. It's just very easy. Same process goes underneath like the air chisel gun, and for some of those tiles that are easy to just pull right up, like Dan said, you're able to do it and just scrape, pull right off. So I'm going to see that right now. Alright, so one of the important things when you're breaking the ceramic tile, you always want to use the air compressor gun. The chisel, you want to make sure you get underneath the ceramic tile. Don't get over ceramic tile. You don't want to break the ceramic tile. Get underneath, and you start to chip into it. It hits the adhesive cement, and the ceramic tile starts to loosen up. Very easy to do. Then you just pull the tile off. Very simple. Pull the tile off. Go underneath, pull the tile off. Okay, as you can see, most of the ceramic tile has already been broken up, and we're getting ready to prepare ourselves for putting the new beige ceramic floor, which is similar to the existing floor. And when you look at the floor itself, you'll see that there's wood called 1/2 sheather. But what we're going to show you, Dan and myself, is how you put a very smooth cement board called fiber rocker backer board, goes over the 1/2 sheather, and then you take the ceramic tiles, they go very easily into place. It's a protective coating, makes it very easy, very simple to do, and we're going to show you how to do it.
Okay, now what we're ready to do is start making some cuts on our backer board. The backer board is what you put over the existing subfloor, helps keep the tiles from cracking after you get them in place. Just need a utility knife. We have some measurements made out right now, and I'm just going to make some cuts and get it into place.
Making the cuts just right. You got the accurate amount of backer board needed, very important. Just cutting off an end piece here. It's just a simple utility knife that everybody would need to use, very inexpensive.
So now what we're doing, we're getting ready to screw down this backer board. The backer screws that we're going to use, they help hold the floor down to the subfloor a lot better than using like a nail, like a roofing nail or
It's a
something.
lot sturdier, keeps it in place. We're going to be hitting all the different corners to make sure that the cement board stays down.
You basically would put them probably every 8 to 10 inches apart, and you don't go very lightly with them. You want to use quite a bit.
So we're getting ready to put down the ceramic tile, and Dan has been working very diligently on making sure that we have all the preparation we need for the floor. He's put down the cement board, the cement backer board, very smooth, and the new ceramic tile that's going to go over that is going to just go right into place. What the floor didn't have before was this cement backer board, which is very, very smooth, goes over the 1/2 sheather, which is the wood that's underneath the backer board. It's a 5x3 board that you buy, and it's been cut down to consolidate for the room. All right, we're back for our next segment, and we're actually getting ready to put the beige tile that Dan is holding on the fiber rock board and the cement board that we put down in the previous segment. We're going to have Dan explain a little bit about what the beige tile is, what it looks like, and the process of putting the ceramic tile down on the floor. Just show them the Latana beige board here and explain a little bit about what the tile is.
Okay, this is the tile we will be using. It is beige colored. It's made of ceramic. It is a 1 foot by 1 foot square, not porcelain or marble. We're going to use some pre-mixed mortar that's going to go down on the floor, the subfloor, prior to putting down the tile. The mortar will basically hold the tile in place after it sets, which typically can take about 24 hours, and keeps the tile in place, keep it from moving and possibly breaking.
So now that we've successfully put down the fiber rock board and the cement board, and we've talked a little bit about what the beige tile is, Dan is going to talk about the process of putting the adhesive mortar or the cement onto the floor as we get ready to prepare the floor and put the beige tiles on the floor.
Okay, this is the pre-mixed mortar that we're going to be using to adhere the tiles to the floor. We basically just make sure the floor is nice and clean, and we're going to show you the process on how to smooth this out onto the floor using a special trowel made for tiles. And yes, we're going to go ahead and show you that right now.
We're going to be showing you the process now of how to put the adhesive mortar or the cement on the fiber rock board or the cement board and make sure that none of the tiles shift or break or move around or anything like that. So that's what we're going to be doing in our next segment.
What we're using here is a wet saw. We're using this wet saw to cut the tile. Okay, so now basically we're going to show you the tools that you would need to do this at your own home. One of the major tools that you need is a trowel. This trowel has grooves in it. It helps make the tile adhere better to the mortar that we will be spreading, which is floor mortar. We also have a smaller, similar type trowel to get into corners and things like that.
And we also have these tile spaders, and they go between the tiles to make sure that the tiles don't shift out of place.
They do make different size tile spacers, but we are continuing with the existing tile space at 1/4 inch.
6 millimeter and small hammer.
This basically is a rubber hammer made for tiles. It helps you bang it down to get it nice and snug.
Right.
You have spaces after the mortar sets and you step on the wrong spot, it could crack the tile. So you just want to make sure everything's nice as far down as you can possibly get it.
Right. Keep it snug, keep it in place.
Right.
Make sure you always put your cut siding against your wall as well.
See what you know what you're doing, you're moving at a very good clip. So look at how smooth that is right there. One tile isn't quite touching another because the grout is going to be in there, and as Dan was explaining earlier, what he's doing is he's pulling back to make sure that there's no adhesive mortar, there's nothing sticking out over or above the tiles, that it's clean, a nice clean fit, spaces them out just right, puts in just enough just to make sure that the tiles don't shift. Again, you can see that end piece. We showed you the tile saw earlier. Dan was able to make the necessary cut to get that end piece in so it fits just right. Now, just perfectly, Dan was able to make the perfect cut that he wanted to make so that he could get the ceramic tile around the toilet, which we'll be putting out in the next section. It's a, you can see that's a smaller trowel he's using. And again, you can see the cut was made just right, just perfectly. No real shifting around, and again, he's got those tile spacers evenly spaced around so that when we show you the next segment, when we actually put the grout between the ceramic tiles, make sure that the ceramic tile does not shift. Spaces are used, and when Dan is done with this whole floor, we're going to let it sit overnight. Make sure that it's very, very smooth. You got to do that all the time. You don't want water to seep all over the place, get on top of the tile. You want to make sure that everything's thoroughly clean. Make room. And you see what Dan's doing right now. He's making sure everything is smooth, but not leaving a lot of excess mortar.
Alright, so now what we're going to do is let this portion of the floor dry so we can get into this corner as well as get into the closet. And the tiles will flow into the closet and work their way in.
We're back here for Lippe and Cain's Renovation World. Looking forward to doing the grouting right now, which is a process where we make sure that the ceramic tiles do not shift around. We were able to successfully lay down new cream ceramic tile. It was Latana beige that we had before. Very, very beautiful, and we're going to show you some shots of that in a minute. Now we're getting ready to talk about the grouting process once the cream beige tile is down on the floor, and let's talk a little bit about that, what we're going to be doing with that.
Okay, we allowed basically at least 24 hours for the mortar to set, so the tile is solid now. What we're going to be using today is a pre-mixed grout. Basically, it's going to be applied with what's called a float. It's basically putting it down, keeping the float cocked at about a 90-degree angle, smearing it into all the grout lines just to make sure it goes in nice and even, and we'll seal those grout lines right up. Some people don't get pre-mixed grout. Sometimes you can buy your own grout and just mix it yourself. For a small area such as this bathroom, pre-mix is perfect. If you're going to do a huge area, you might want to go with a larger bag and mix it yourself, but for this situation, what we have here is going to be perfect.
We just got some tech grout here, and again, Dan is holding the float, which is a tool that he's going to use to spread the grout in between the lines, and it's really making sure that the tiles don't shift. And it's a very easy process, and we're going to show you how to do it right now.
It's basically getting some of the grout out of the pre-mixed container right now. Enough to work with in a small area. Take the float, keep it at the 90-degree angle I was talking about. Just keep some pressure on it, and just pushing, sliding around. It's putting the grout into the line like it's supposed to. See, it's coming out nice and even after you put a swipe past it. Now, in this case, we're not going to worry about where the wall meets, because there's going to be a piece of sheetrock put up here along with the baseboard trim. Some grouts that you use, you would let it sit for 72 hours or so to go ahead and apply some grout sealer. This grout itself says that no sealing is required, depending on the customer if they want to go the extra little bit to seal it, just to ensure that it is nice and sealed and keep water from leaking through. It also makes it a lot easier to clean throughout the future. Keeping it at a 90-degree angle most of the time is how you do it evenly. Not just one particular way, but hold it evenly. Switch hands quite a bit. You can certainly walk on it, you just want to be a little careful. Right now I'm going to clean this up just a little bit here, using grout tile for sponge with a scrubby end. We don't want to work it too much, we just want to dampen the sponge a little, bring it out. Just kind of moist, it's not too wet. Get the tiles clean, basically to get the grout nice and even. You can mix your own grout. You leave it too watery. You'll see holes in the grout when it dries. Don't have any problem here. That's why make sure we bring out the sponge completely. Just have a moist sponge, not soaking wet. Up enough for me to swing around. I can work it to this other corner here and get the rest of the grout lines finished. Done the grouting, you definitely want to make sure you get your float nice and clean. If you don't clean it right away and you let it set on there, it's basically going to be garbage, just have to throw it out.
All right, so we're wrapping things up here. As you saw in the last segment, Dan did a very great job, the grouting, and just waiting for the grout to dry. And now we just need to put the bathroom back together.
Right, we'll have a functional bathroom.
All right. We're pretty much done with our pilot episode here of Lippe and Cain's Renovation World. Thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure. We're able to replace the existing beige ceramic tile and build a whole new bathroom, nice new cream ceramic tile. Very happy with what we've been able to do. And things have gone very well. We put down a new cream ceramic tile, worked out really well.
Tile looks great. Nice consistent grout lines. Showed you from start to finish how you would go about that process, from tearing up the existing floor, cleaning it up, getting it prepped for the new floor to be put down with the adhesive mortar, and even as far as showing you how to grout the floor the proper way. All the tools that we needed to use in that process. We are both very comfortable with the outcome, and we hope to see you soon in any other episodes that we put out there.
So we're wrapping things up with Lippe and Cain's Renovation World, and in the next episode we're going to look at the challenges of sheetrocking.
Take down some existing sheetrock that was put up improperly to begin with, and basically make it look the way it should.
All right, so thanks everybody for watching, and have a good day.